How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Willamina 22. We're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to the new Willamina 22. Things are different here now. You'll find a paved road from bridge to bridge. There is no fuel sale point. BGA modified to make fuel for you. One sale point takes all. Working sawmill 2.5 times faster production. Dealership, animal dealer, stone quarry. The major difference in the 22 version is that it now has a farm, cows, chickens, silo, trailer house, 2 buildings, 1 field, and startup equipment. There has been several changes made to this map, starting with changelog 2.0.0.0, new save game needed. This has 2 maps in one, also includes the original version with path just like 19 version. Map has had complete overhaul, now has the following. Map now has clover, alfalfa, and soybean straw, thank you Lancy boy. New 2-lane road with traffic, pedestrian walk the road, AI worker spline on all gravel roads and to end of the bridges, 6 fields all buyable and sellable, added houses, firehouse, and more, made it more like a small community, 2 sale points and a bale sales point, 55 buyable lands, farm area and farmhouse redone, summer and winter things will appear at boat dock and firehouse, now has fuel sale point, BGA has been adjusted to hold more, trees have been redone and many removed on each side, free water behind firehouse, quarry area redone, some rock removed above stone, tried to make this feel like a small logging town feel much more. Then there's changelog 2.1.0.0, remove floating hydrant above field 1, mod to script update, fixed tilt head error the update caused. Then there's changelog 2.2.0.0, new save game needed, added 2 new fill types, iron ore and crude oil, added new fill types to sale points, added container sellable at sawmill and log sales, new sawmill and dryer must dry lumber to sell, BGA capacities raised, takes crude oil, other various fixes. Then lastly, there's changelog 2.3.0.0, fix issue with Govile Pack, new bale types not working. This map was created by Poorboy and Catalyzer Industries and is 152.7 megabytes to download. And on this map, there are no mods required for it. And if we take a look, this is what it looks like. We start here in almost the southeast corner of the map, overlooking our main farm, as you can see down here in the valley. We are right up here on top of this hill where our starting home is, and some storage up at the top of the hill. Let's see, if we take a look, field prices vary pretty greatly here, starting with $6,000, not too bad. Another 6, just shy of 7, 16,000. We're starting to get up there, 12 and 12. But then we start getting into the town up here, 767,000. We go across the river here, 466, 66, 213. So it's depending on what you're buying, you're gonna either get a high price or a low price. It all depends. You buy the little road network right here, 28,000, not too bad, but it's just one of those that depending on what you want to buy. Now, as best as I can tell, you can kind of take a look at this map and see that there's all these little fields that you can buy, but then there's like these smaller, like what look to be roads, and it almost looks like to me that what you're supposed to do is kind of buy this area, clear it out, then buy this area, and you can clear out everything here. But this is supposed to be like what limits you to the roads. So it's almost like you're intended to buy these out first and then maybe use them as like your template to build a road network almost. And then this area here is kind of the flattest part of the area to where you could clear it out and use it as your new placeable kind of area. I did a little bit of exploring around, and as best as I could tell, that's essentially what these are supposed to be. So it's like your little road network that they're kind of pre-built in, and then you can just kind of develop this as you go, kind of thing. You got some more viable areas over here, and just again, all in all, it's just kind of dealer's choice at this point because it's very much a forestry map. A little bit of farming, but this is mainly forestry. You can purchase all of the map. You do start out with a couple of pastures and pens. You got a chicken pasture and a cow pasture. Contracts are available, but they're incredibly small because they're incredibly small farms, or fields I should say. You do have several production chains to start out with. Pretty much all of them that are already built onto the map are available for you at the start. And there are collectibles, 20 of them to be exact. If we take a look at the buy menu, if we scroll all the way down, you can see here Willamina 22 under mods and DLCs, and we have additional trailers here for liquids that include the new fill types that are available. You have this Komatsu harvester here that can take up to a 400 centimeter log, so that's pretty much as big as it can get. Forwarder here, 9R series tractor, a water trailer, and just all sorts of different stuff that will allow you to kind of utilize on this map. Then under the build mode, we take a look. Under containers is our first one here. You can see Willamina 22, and you have the material buying station as well as the crude oil buy point. So these are both buy points, and you're able to kind of utilize them as you need. You do need oil and other products from these for other productions down the line. So it's something that you're going to have to pay attention to at some point. Under productions, if we look under factories, slide over here, we have a couple here. We got a sawmill, the drying station, as well as the biofuel production. This is kind of like the biogas, but this does a little bit more, and we'll get around to that once we get to it. Nothing under animals, nothing under decorations, and nothing under landscaping. So all this is kind of barren at this point. Now we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at the starting equipment. Under the buy menu and owned items, under medium tractors, you have a John Deere 7810. Harvester, you have the Deutz-Fahr Toplighter 4090H. Cars, you have the Lizard Pickup 1986. Trailers, the Welger DK 115. Headers, the Deutz-Fahr header that we need for our grains. We have a stone picker, a Degelman Signature 7200. Cultivator, the Amazon Senio 4000 Super. Power Heroes, the Amazon KG 3001 Super. Seeder, the Amazon Kateya 3000 Super. Mowers, we have the K-Brand GMD 4411, that is the rear deck mower. Windrower, the K-Brand GA 4731. Balers, the K-Brand VB 3190. Forestry equipment, the Anderson M160. Front loaders, the Hauer XB 150. Front loader tools, the Alba Log Fork, Universal Bucket, and Bale Spike. Low loaders, the Bremer Transport Wagon TP500S, and weights, the John Deere Pickup 900. So starting here, right behind me, we do have a sleep trigger. And let's go ahead and grab our truck, and we're going to start driving around. Show off the rest of the farm. So we come off from the top of the hill here, make our way around. Down to the main road, and then across the street. Alright, so a couple of starting sheds. Right here we have our cow pasture for up to 15 cows. You have your water point here, feed point here, milk trigger here. Now, because this is a pasture, you cannot use the manure or slurry. Those things are off the table for pastures. Over here, you have your silo, farm of 400, yep. And then over here, chicken pasture. Feed in here, and you can have up to 30 chickens. Eggs come out there. And you have a fuel tank right here, and that's pretty much it. That's all you get to start out with. So get ready to knuckle down and work hard, because it's going to be quite a bit of work on this map. You're going to have to, get creative as to how you're going to make money in advance. So at this point, we're going to head down to the most southern point of the map. All right. Over here, make a right. And this is the Willamina Farmers Market sell point. Head out of here. And now we head all the way up back north past our farm. Now go in this direction. Keep, like, you pretty much have one road in, one road out. It's really not it's gonna be difficult to get lost on this map, to be honest with you. So over in this direction, come over to here. All right, right here we have the drying station. You already own this, as you can see here. And your inputs are right here with your wood cell trigger. Actually, I just noticed that. So that looks to be like the indication of the wood cell trigger, but I'm not seeing... Anyways, over here is the sawmill, and we just need to come around this backside here. Okay, input is here. Your wood cell trigger is right here. Over here you have your output for wood chips. If we go inside here, where is it? Is it on the inside? Nope, I'm sorry, it's right here. Sawmill right here, and as you can see, it's quite a good production, but it needs coal. So you can't just willy-nilly just start loading logs into it and be done with it, kind of thing. You have to actually have a product in addition to the wood. Over here is the input for no, this is, I'm sorry, this is the log export sell point. So this is a sell point here. Now what's I'm not 100% sure about is how to take in and out of the drying station here. So just kind of go around it just real quick. So my best guess is you're going to want to put in here and more than likely output somewhere around here as well. But what you can do is set your boards here if you want to have them dried to distributing, and then you can just have it distribute all your boards to here to dry, and it should pop them out as dry product. So from here, head back out, make a right. Was that? Oh, I did miss it. Okay. So it doesn't, nothing shows up on the map, but you can see if we turn here, follow this around, right here. Now, if we look at the map, we started here, right here at the farm, well, farmhouse. Came down the hill, we saw the cow pasture, the silo, chicken pasture, and fuel tank. We then came all the way down to here, and we saw the Willamina Farmers Market. Back up to here, where we took in the drying station, the sawmill, and the log exports. Then came out and up to here. If you purchase this land for $1,687, dirt cheap, dirt cheap, you then have all this pop up. So you can come here and look at all these additional products that can be used here. So grass, potatoes, silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut, canola, sunflower, corn, wood chips, coal, and crude oil. All these things can be processed here and used to make various different components. So you can see here at the top, grass can make electricity, methane, digestate, diesel, and DEF. And you got the same thing with potatoes. Silage, on the other hand, only makes electricity, methane, and digestate. Slurry, same thing, and manure, same thing. Same thing with sugar beet cut. But now we're back to canola, able to produce fuels. You got sunflowers, able to produce fuels. Corn fuels. Wood chip creates fuels. Coal only creates electricity and diesel. And crude oil can be processed into methane, diesel, and digestate. So you got your solid inputs here, you have your liquid inputs over here, and your liquid outputs over here. Now normally I would say digestate, but it's not just digestate. So now head back out to the road. Make a left. Okay. Now here is the animal dealer. You can come here or your pens and pastures that you have already loaded, and you can purchase your animals directly. Now if you purchase from here or the pens and pastures you have on the map, you will incur a delivery fee. Now it could be as high as $100 for your oldest cows or $300 for horses. Now, if you've got a pen and pasture that has quite a bit of capacity to it, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. Now, you can save that money, though, by bringing a animal trailer to this location, load directly into that trailer, whether that trailer is leased or purchased, it doesn't matter, and then deliver the animals to wherever you have the pens and pasture set up on the map. You will then save that delivery fee, and in the end, the more animals you're doing, the more money you're going to save. So, animal dealer right there, and then you have the bale sales back here. And now follow this around, turn to the right. Around the back side here, you have the Firehouse Sell Point. Now over here, you have the gas station. And then in front of it, you have a repair trigger here and shop trigger right here. Now, as you can see, something you can't really avoid, but a little bit extra never hurt anybody. So now we're going to go ahead and head back out. Now this is a pretty cool area. You come in here. Whoops, I always forget about that fence right there. Blends in so well. You open the fence and you come in through here, this kind of large opening back here. This is the stone quarry right here. Check this out. Tons and tons of stone for you to come and harvest. Now, take a look at the map. We were here at the biogas. Came all the way up here, saw the animal dealer and the bale sales sell point. Firehouse sell point, gas station, repair trigger, and shop trigger. Then all the way up to here. You can purchase farmland number 16 for $72,144, and now you have the access to all that stone. You can use it to make lime in a lime production. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want, but just an option. Just an option. So you can be a quarry worker on this map. You can actually just utilize it for other things. Whatever you want to do, the world is your oyster. And that's the great thing about this particular map, is it's so open. There's so much stuff you can do. You got to put in a ton of work. It's not like you can just, snap your fingers and it all be done for you kind of thing. Now right here is where you have pretty much all your production points, with a few exceptions, but these are kind of like the standard in-game production points. You got your grain mill here. You already own that. You've got, and Inputs here, outputs here. Around this side is the carpentry. Again, you already own this. You don't need to repurchase it. Inputs right here with your wood cell trigger right next to it. And output around the front side here. Over here is the oil mill, outputs with inputs right there. And you guessed it, you already own it. So nothing you need to do there besides utilize it. Over here you have the dairy right here. Again, you own it. Inputs right here. Outputs around back right here. And that is it. That is the map. That is Willamina 22. What do I think of this map? 0 to 5 scale as always. Now this one's a little different because this is so forestry heavy. This will count to me as a forestry map, so it's going to kind of get that lenient grading curve. Just trying to keep that in mind. I actually really kind of like this map. It's a very forest heavy kind of map, and you kind of come through this giant wall of trees. Can't see, and then all of a sudden, hey, looky here, we got some stuff going on here. Not really a bunch of trees, but still, I mean, you've got a lot of potential out here, and if you're willing to put into work, you can get all these trees cleared out section by section, road by road, and just be able to just do whatever you want with this area. There's so much like open scope back here, and there's enough undulation to keep the terrain interesting while at the same time not making it to where it's just boring to look at kind of thing. It's actually got some undulation, some depth to it. You've got the kind of lake river system over here. Some trees are actually kind of buried in the water, which is nice. It's just one of those, like, it's a really very pretty map, and you kind of come into this forestry area, and it's equally as pretty. Like, not much going on out here, but you put in the work, and you can have something going out here. You can really kind of utilize and make this your own, and it's really cool. And there's enough flat area where you can really take advantage of the land, but not so flat that it's like it gets boring. You know, you can certainly utilize some of the Platinum Edition DLC mods for this particular map, and really kind of go to town on it, because it's just one of those maps that you put in the work and you're gonna get something out of it. And I would love to see people and like what they've actually built around this particular map, because I think that it could be very, very creative. But overall, I would give this map probably a solid 4. It doesn't have a lot of different things to do other than forestry. It's very, very forestry heavy, obviously, but it's just one of those, like, what prevents me from giving it a higher grade is the pure scope of forestry, and it's almost to the level of overwhelming. I did a series on Silver Run, and yes, that's a very, very heavily forest map. Obviously, that was what it was all built around, was forestry. But there was enough of the map kind of going around everywhere that kind of broke up the fact that, hey, it is a forestry. Like, it felt like a town, but there's, like, the whole east side of this map is nothing but, a road network, and it just feels daunting, almost a little overwhelming to a small degree. But it's one of those that if you got a strong constitution, be able to buckle up and put your nose to the grindstone kind of thing, you can come up with something pretty special for this and really kind of make it your own. I like I said, I'd be really interested in seeing what people have done to this map in particular, because this one is kind of, I could see being very, very special and very much kind of utilized to those people who are far vastly more creative than I am. But yeah, so solid 4. That's what I would give this. I hope you enjoyed this map. Oh dear. Hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying content. That being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.